training to be a tour guide here too. So not only am I part of Tri-C Ghost Hunters, but I'm also knowledgeable, and I want to become a tour guide here too. And I live up in Cleveland, so I don't have a problem driving down here, right?
My dad lives in Cleveland.
Nice.
I'll be in Cleveland in a couple of weeks.
For what?
World Oddities Expo.
Oh, okay, nice.
June 1st.
I have one of my friends who's actually one of the food vendors tomorrow, Glizzy's. He has the hot dog. But anyway, so in here, this area actually right where you are standing.
Where I am?
Pretty much right where you're standing. If you notice that the concrete here is slightly different. So unconfirmed, but the story goes that from what we heard and from what has been passed down, individuals that were in solitary that were still continuing to do dumb stuff were put down there in the hole.
That's where a hole is?
Was. So just imagine that we're already in the basement, right? Down there, a whole other layer. Back to back, they would have 2 inmates down there, chained up.
Holy shit.
If you turn off all your lights, you can see how dark it is in here.
Do it.
Right? They would pass you down 2 buckets. One for your food, one for your shit and piss and everything else. Do not mix up your buckets.
Ooh.
Story goes, one morning guards came down here and there was a flash flood that came through Mansfield. They had some floaters.
Oh dear.
Story also goes
Dude.
that they never removed the bodies and they poured the concrete right over them.
So it's funny, when we were walking through here,
Not
right?
confirmed, not confirmed.
When we were walking through here on the Chattergeist, it said moat. Right when we were walking through this room into that one.
Moat. Oh my God.
I said that
And
to you
I
when we
asked
were
if you meant a
walking
moat
through.
of dust, but no, you meant like a moat, like around a castle.
So then it was meant for me to come down here and tell you this story.
That's fucking wild.
But not confirmed. Not confirmed.
That's
It's
wild.
just one of those things that has been passed along. And have you ever heard of a practice called 8 and 8?
No.
Okay, so 8 and 8 was practiced here. Solitary confinement inmates, they would chain their hands above their head for 8 hours.
Oh shit.
After 8 hours, they would chain you down to the ground like this for 8 hours. After 8 hours, you think they'd let you sleep?
No.
Nope. They chained you back up for 8 hours. They chained you back down for 8 hours. Happened for weeks, happened for months, until the guard felt that you got your mind right. Then it was deemed cruel and unusual punishment and was on paper stopped in the 1970s.
Yeah.
On paper.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the story of the whole.
Wow.
So and it's crazy that you got moped in here too.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that was killed up in solitary confinement.
Guard.
No.
There was a guard that was
Officer Hanger.
Yes,
But
yes.
there was also, when I was here last time, or 2 years ago, one of the solitary confinement cells, inside of it, it says Jeffrey is dead. And the story I got at that time is that there was a time where they were placing more than one inmate in solitary at a time. And there was a rather large gentleman in there, and he killed his cellmate.
Yeah.
Who was in there.
For days.
Apparently, yeah, he was in there for like 3 days before they found him. And his name, the guy who died, was Jeffrey.
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
So the story of that goes, inmate in solitary killed his cellmate, didn't tell the guards or anything. He positioned the body on the bed to look like he was sleeping. When the lights went off, that body, that corpse was his personal toy.
Ooh.
For days. That's the story for that. But
Yeah, it's wild because my name is Jeffrey.
Oh wow.
And I walked in there, and it was the only solitary confinement cell I walked into. And I was like doing like flashlight and everything. I looked up and I was like,
Of
I
course.
guess it's time for me to get the fuck out of here.
And of all the ones that you walked into, it has to be the one that has the dreaded
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's time for me to go.
That's just how it works. But yeah, down here is weird. This is probably the weirdest room that I feel. I'm back here a lot. I'm on the other side a lot. The other side I feel is a little bit weirder than this one. But a lot of us don't even really come down here too much because we feel like we don't get much of anything down here.
Yeah.
But
We got something.
But that's the paranormal world, right? You can go to a place 50 times and get absolutely nothing, and then one night you get something in every single place that you go to.
Right.
You know, but then also at the same time, is it necessarily paranormal?
Yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, it's interesting.
So living in Cleveland,
Huh?
living in Cleveland.
Yeah.